Good morning, students. In the previous class, we learned about the how to draw the projections of the uh, different types of prisms and cone. Now, today we are going to learning about the how to draw the front view image as well as top image for the another classification of the solid like pyramid and cone. So here pyramid means first of all you can see here clearly it consists of the basically is one base here. Not it is not similar to the prism. So it will have only one base. You can see here. Whereas in the case of prism we will have the two bases. Okay. So now you can see here it will have the one base. So this is the one base. Now the base shape is a triangular shape. So hence it is called as a uh, triangular pyramid. Whereas if you see it is having only one base, whereas the opposite side of the base, exactly the center of the base, opposite to the exact center of the base. So only will have the not the base, it will only will have the apex point. Okay. So where the apex is joined, this apex point is joined with each and every corner of the base. What we call slant edges. These are the inclined edges. What we call slant edges. So from the apex point, it is joining each and every corner of the base. These are called as a slant edges. It forms a with the base isosceles triangle. That is what we call slant faces. They are inclined faces. You can see here in this case what we call slant face. These edges are called as slant edges. So in the case of prism, they are vertical edges. Now in this case, pyramid, as the opposite side is only a point, what we call apex. So we are written the slant edges or slant faces, what we call. They are inclined isosceles triangles. So and the names for the base will be as well be as we discussed in the previous class. The bottom face names will be A, B, C, and the apex point, that is the axis point opposite will be M, and this bottom point of the axis will be N. Like this the naming can be given here. Of course it is up to you. You can give any names also, but in upcoming classes we are going to discussing about the sections of solids and development of surfaces. So it will be flexible to give the names like this. Okay. So like similarly based on the type of the base, we call it as a respective pyramid. Now in this case it is a triangular pyramid. Now the base is a square basis, we call it as a square pyramid. Now if the base shape is a pentagonal shape, we call it as a pentagonal pyramid. Now hexagonal pyramid. So this is what about simply pyramid. It consists of only one base. Opposite side it will have the apex point. Whereas the lateral faces will be the triangle, isosceles triangle faces. They are slant faces. That is what we call inclined faces with respect to the base. So this is simply about the pyramid. Now we can compare pyramid with cone, but little bit difference is there. It will not have any edges. So in the case of cone, you can see it will have the circular base. Now you can see it will have the circular base. Base will be a circular shape, whereas the exactly to the center of this base to opposite point, the apex will be there. And in reality it will not consist of any edge here, but the extreme curvature will be observed as a edge. So these are called as generator. What we call this edge is it is not a edge here, it is a curvature, but it is seems to be as an edge. It is called as a generator. The opposite point is called as apex. Okay. So like, but we can compare with the cone with the pyramid. A little bit the similarity in the um, because of one face, one base and apex point. Now let us learn how to draw the images and front view image and top image for the both pyramid case as well as the cone case. So as well we discussed in the previous case, they are having the two conditions. When the solid is whose axis is perpendicular to HP, at the same time parallel to VP, nothing but the solid is in the standing position. And similarly, when the solid is whose axis is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP means the solid is in the sleeping condition. Just to remember as per convenient. So now if we taken, for example, the solid is in the pyramid is in the standing position, what we call axis perpendicular to HP. Indirectly, base is parallel to HP or base is on HP also. Okay. So it is now. Sometimes you may get the problems not with respect to the axis. The questions will be primarily based on the base. So the same condition we can treat it as the base is on HP. Otherwise, it is parallel to the HP. The base is parallel to the HP. So nothing but it is in the standing position. Now you can see for explanation purpose, we are taking a small picture. So these are the names of the bottom base A, B, C, D, and E for the pentagonal pyramid. So the apex name is M, and this axis point base center will be N. So when you observe the pyramid in the case of front view, so when we view in this direction, the front view, that is what we call image in the front view. So in this case, the bottom base, no, as we discussed, it is having the only one base. So in the bottom base, this base will be, we can get here as a, we can get here the base as a line here. So I will use different color. So we will get the base as a is right. So you will get the base as a line. This bottom base will be observed as here a line. Whereas the apex point will falls here at this location. This is apex point. Okay. Whereas these slant edges, there is inclined edges. We have to join all the slant edges like this. So the expected shape here in the front view is a triangle. It is a triangle with all slant edges with respect to slant edges. All these are the slant edges. So this is about front view. That means we can say that simply in the case of front view for this standing position whose axis is perpendicular to HP. So the front view the shape is a triangle. Whereas in the case of prism we discussed in the previous class, if the axis is perpendicular to HP means in the case of prism it will be a rectangular shape. It will be a rectangle. Now in this case it is a triangle. Now, if you carefully observe in the top view, now this is about front view. Front view is a triangular shape. In this case, in the top view, now we can see. First of all, we will get when we are seeing in the solid, the pyramid from the top. So first of all, you can able to see the outer edges of the outer edges of the uh, pyramid. Then like these edges we can see the outside edges we can able to see from the top. Okay, on the top we can able to see. Now the same thing is done here. So first of all we will get the base in the top view. That's the first point you have to remember. So definitely we have to draw here base without any doubt. So in the case of prism we are going to drawing only base only, uh, because it consists of two bases. When we look in the top view, the both bases will be coincide each other, so we can get the single base only. Now in this case, the opposite side we are having the apex point, not the base here. So that means it forms the slant edges. Now let us consider one slant edge. Now if you see this slant edge, so when we observe from the top view, this slant edge will be observed as the reduced line. So if you see here, in this case, now this is the slant edge. This slant edge, when you look in the top view, so you can see here the A point will get here. So this apex point we will get here. That means indirectly this slant edge will be observed as a reduced length, reduced line. So like this, we are having the from each and every corner the slant edges. Hence, not only the base, we have to join each and every corner to the base center. That is a major difference between uh, the prism and pyramid. So please remember, in the case of pyramid, just not only we need to draw the base, just not only we need to draw the base, so we have to join not only the base, we have to join the each corner of the base to the this apex point, because it is a slant edge reduced length. So that is a very important difference between the pyramid and prism. In the case of prism, just only we need to draw the base only. So in this case, we need to draw the base, and we have to join each corner of base, each corner of the base to the base center. Okay, it's a very important point you have to remember. So simply we can say that in this case, when the solid is a pyramid, so first of all, the simple logic is whenever the pyramid solid is there, definitely we are getting the image in any one view as a triangular shape, whereas in the opposite view we are getting the base of the respective solid, as well as each corner of the base is joined to the base center. This is a very important thing we need to observe. So in this case, because the solid is whose axis is perpendicular to HP in this case, otherwise the base is parallel to the HP, or on the HP, the base is on the HP, which is nothing but it is in the standing position. Hence, in the front view, we are getting the triangular shape, whereas in the top view, we are getting in the base, and each corner of the base is joined to the base center. So this is what exactly when the pyramid is in the standing position, nothing but base is parallel or on the HP. Otherwise, with respect to axis, we can say that the axis is perpendicular to the HP. That is a very important thing. Now, the another condition is, now we can see here. Of course, however, we know that the names will be as well, because the bottom base names will be, you can see here, to get the clarity, I am giving the names here. So this is top base will be A, B, C, D, and E. So this is what we call A dash, B dash, and C dash, D dash, and E dash. From D dash and E dash, you can see when you look in the front, when we are looking in the front, so we can able to see the slant edges from A to A, from A to O, B to O, and C to O in the front view. But the behind of this pyramid, the slant edges which are coming from the D and E, they are not visible, because it already the slant edges from A to O, B to O, and C to O, they will be they covers the solid faces. Okay, you can see here like this. So when you look here, if you see here, these slant edges will be we are getting in the front view. They are visible. Okay. This is the maximum width of the solid in the front view. So if you see here the slant edges from E and D, which are behind of this front view, so we are unable to see. Those edges must be hidden. Now we have to draw the hidden edges, like draw hidden edges means the hidden slant edges will be, we have to give the break to the lines. Whenever the edges are visible means we have to draw the visible means we have to draw the continuous lines. Whenever they are hidden means we must represent in the like give the break to the line. This is the indication for the hidden edges. So as well now the names will be, this is A dash B dash, and the axis name is the top point apex name is small m dash, and this n dash, and this point will become here m comma n. This point will become m comma n. But if you observe here, the axis will starts here in this case, but we represented here a directly like a slanted zone, not the axis. We know the axis we have to represent like this. But here in this case, we represented here the visible edge instead of axis. Why? Because if you see here from B as well as from the axis apex point, they are coinciding each other. When you draw on the axis line, because they are coinciding each other. Here the edge from the slant edge from B to M and the axis M dash N dash, they are matching each other. Because when you draw the axis line, on that the same line only we are getting the slant edge like M dash B dash. So what happens, finally you can get the visible edge only. Hence we are going to always giving the priority when the axis is matching with the slant edge. Here we have to give the always the priority for the edges only, not the axis. Okay, please remember. Now, this is simply about pyramid. We can say that one view is a triangle, the another is a base and joined with base center with each corner of the base has to be joined with the base center. Now, similarly, when the solid is in the sleeping position, that is axis perpendicular to VP. Otherwise, we can say that the base is indirectly parallel to VP or on VP also. So that means in this case we can see in this case when you look in the pyramid from the front, so we can able to see the base here. The first thing, in the front view we are getting the base here, and the slant edges we will get the reduced length in the front view for this case. Whereas in the top view, the same thing we can get the triangular shape. We are getting the triangle shape with all slant edges. So that means like similar as we discussed that in one view we are getting the base joined with each corner base center. The opposite view we are getting the triangle shape. That is the simple logic we have to remember. But in this case, when the axis is perpendicular to VP, otherwise the base is parallel to VP. So we can say that in the front we are getting the base and we are joining the base center to base, each corner of the base to the base center. Whereas in the top view we are getting the triangular shape. Top view is a triangle. That is a very important thing you have to remember. Similarly, when we consider the cone shape, so it is like this also. When the cone similar to pyramid, when it is in the standing position, we can say that in the front view is a triangle. Front view is a triangle, and top view is a circular base. So to give the names to in this case, because it will not have any corners like similar to the pentagonal pyramid and the square pyramid or other type of pyramids. So either we can do one thing after drawing the circular base in the top view in this case wherever it is. So first of all, after drawing the circle from the center point, draw the horizontal line and this vertical line. So to create the points on the circle, because it is not having any curve, any corners, so we can divide the circle into 8 parts. So to divide this circle into 8 parts means 8 or 12 points. The angle at the center is 360 degrees. So divide the 360 degrees by 8 parts. It will be 30 degrees. So now we have to put here with respect to this line. Draw a line here at 30 degrees angle. Draw a line here from this direction 30 degrees angle. So now we can able to see the points on the circle which are not there in the previous case. Like this we have to create the points. Of course, present scenario we doesn't require. We can able to draw the simply the circle and we can represent only the axis point. This is M dash. This is N. This center point will be M comma N. It will be sufficient. Otherwise, you can give the by dividing the circular base into 8 or 12 parts. You can give the names here like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and you have to project everything. This point will be A dash. When you project this point will be B dash, H dash. When you project this one, it matches here CG, C dash, D dash along with N dash. Next, this point will matches here. So this point will be D dash comma F dash, and finally this point will be E dash. Like this we can do. Of course, it doesn't requires. So order it may be like similar to the pyramid for cone also. In one view we need to draw the triangle shape. In opposite view we need to draw the base. Here the base is nothing but the circular base. And the condition is axis is perpendicular to HP. That is a standing position in the cone also. Similarly, when the axis is perpendicular to VP for the cone case, so as well in the front view we will get the circular base. In the top view we will get the triangular shape. That's a very important point you have to remember. So this is exactly what about how to draw the front view image as well as top image and for pyramid as well as a cone. So simply we can say that once again. So in the case of prism, we can say that simply in one view we need to draw the rectangular shape. In opposite view we need to draw we have to draw only the base. In the case of cylinder it will be a circular shape. Okay, in the case of cylinder, because we can compare the prism with this cylinder. In the case of cylinder, the same thing only. One view we need to draw the rectangle. The opposite view we need to draw the circular base. The base means here circular base. So whereas in the case of pyramid, one view we need to draw the triangle shape. The opposite view we need to draw the base as well as each corner has to be joined, each corner of the base. Please wait. The opposite view we need to draw the base and each corner of base is joined with the base center with the base center. Indirectly, which is nothing but we are getting the slant edge reduced length. Okay. Whereas in the case of cone, the same thing. One view is uh, triangle shape, like similar to pyramid, only is a triangle. The opposite view is a circular base only. Circular base. So this is a main about a simple way of remembering how to draw the images, front view image as well as top image for the prism, pyramid, cylinder, and cone. But the another important point is this is simply the simple logic how to draw the solutions. But along with this one, let us say uh, now let us say this is assume the xy line. In the case of the prisms or pyramids, whenever we are going to drawing the base here, let us say whether we are drawing the base in the front view as well as otherwise if you are drawing the base in the top view, the first logic is the questions will be framed like this. So the one of the edges of the base, it may be parallel to the HP or it may be parallel to VP. Otherwise, the edge may be perpendicular to HP or the edge may be perpendicular to VP. Otherwise, the edge may be inclined to the HP. Otherwise, the edge may be inclined to the VP of the respective base. So, in that condition, what are the possibility means whenever we are going to drawing the base of the respective solid, either in the front view or in the top view. So these are the possibilities. Let us state, let us see. The edge may be initially, we can say the starting edge may be parallel to the this xy line. Later we are going to complete in the remaining shape. If it is a triangular base, so we are going to complete in the triangle shape. But the starting edge must be parallel based on the given problem. So this is one possibility while the questions are framed. If the edge is perpendicular means, so the starting edge must be perpendicular. Whether it is a triangular, square or pentagonal or any base, the starting edge must be perpendicular means it must be perpendicular. Later we need to complete the remaining shape. So this is another possibility. Okay. Otherwise, the given problem, the starting edge may be it may be any angle. So any angle with xy line. Okay. Then in that case, first of all, we have to draw the some angle with xy line. It may be some angle, and the starting edge we have to draw on this inclined line based on the given angle. So later we have to complete the respective base. So these are the possibilities for the whether it is a prism or pyramid, whether it is a prism or a pyramid. Whenever we are going to drawing uh, the base, we have to cross check the question whether the one of the edges of the base, one of the edges of the base, whether it is a parallel to HP or VP, other it is a the second condition whether it is a one of the edges of the base is perpendicular to HP or VP. Otherwise, the another last condition it may be inclined to the HP or it may be VP also. So based on the given question, if it is a parallel means we have to draw the parallel to the XY line, the starting edge. If it is a perpendicular means we have to draw the starting edge is a perpendicular. Otherwise, if the starting edge is inclined means we must draw the inclined to the XY line. This is a very simple thing you have to remember. Along with uh, the simple clues here, in the case of prism, rectangle and base. In the case of pyramid, triangle and base and each corner has to join. The cylinder, rectangle and circular base, cone, triangle and circular base. Along with these simple clues, we have to remember how to draw the starting edge, whether it is a parallel or perpendicular or inclined. So based on the question, we have to draw the solution. Thank you, students. So we will discuss in the upcoming class how to draw the solutions for the solutions means how to draw the front view image as well as top image for the various types of solids, that is a prism, pyramid, cone, and cylinder in the AutoCAD.